Airborne hyperspectral imaging involves the integration of a hyperspectral imaging sensor on an unmanned or manned aerial vehicle. To appreciate the significance of airborne hyperspectral imaging, we must first understand what hyperspectral imaging is and how it works. Hyperspectral imaging sensors gather data from across the electromagnetic spectrum. The electromagnetic spectrum consists of multiple bands of electromagnetic radiation, which we separate by size and frequency. These bands include radio waves, microwaves, infrared waves, visible waves, ultraviolet waves, X-rays, and gamma waves. Our eyes can detect wavelengths in the visible bands of the electromagnetic spectrum. A hyperspectral imaging sensor is capable of analysing data from 380 nanometers to 2500 nanometers. This means it can gather data in the visible near-infrared, and shortwave infrared bands. Hyperspectral imaging is a form of spectral imaging. Spectral imaging consists of two main subcategories: multispectral imaging and hyperspectral imaging. The key difference between the two is the amount of data each is capable of gathering. Here's an example. If we attach a multispectral imaging sensor to a UAV, we would be capable of capturing 3 to 10 wavelength bands worth of data. This would allow us to measure and map a forest, and calculate the trees that make up the area. If we then swap the multispectral sensor for a hyperspectral imaging sensor and capture the data from the same forest, we'd be able to calculate the total amount of species of those trees and highly specific variables such as disease and water stress. This is because hyperspectral imaging can gather hundreds of wavelength bands, as opposed to the 3 to 10 band capability of multispectral imaging. Airborne hyperspectral imaging can provide solutions for a wide range of industries and applications. Airborne hyperspectral imaging has been applied in environmental pollution detection. It can detect dangerous and harmful materials, such as leachate, oil spills, and plastic waste. Users have successfully implemented airborne hyperspectral imaging into geological industries. Applications vary from mineral exploration to monitoring volcanic activity. Airborne hyperspectral imaging is used in surveying inspection. It can provide vast amounts of data relative to the subject. An example of this would be asbestos detection in buildings. To find out more about our airborne hyperspectral imaging solutions, click the link in the description or get in contact with one of our specialists.